I'm going to move straight into it. So, Reuel, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, you've taken over my screen. So
Great.
please introduce yourself to people that don't know you, and then you can kick it off.
Great. Hello, everybody. I hope you folks are still awake and excited and happy. It is the time of multiple information streams coming towards us at once, attacking us from all sides, good news, bad news, ugly news. And just to introduce myself quickly, I'm a professional trader. I have a trading company. I teach people how to trade with cryptocurrencies. I have an interest in commodities. I'm studying commodities and stock markets all the time, so the guys get signals every morning about what's happening in the markets and what can be happening. And I'm actually going to give you guys a little crash course tonight. I'm going to give you I'm just going to whack a whole lot of information on top of you so that you can get excited and confused at the same time, and that you have a sleepless night. All right, my disclaimer is that the information that I'm presenting to you tonight is not intended to give you financial advice, but for educational purposes only. So consult an educated financial advisor, not somebody who's working for an insurance company, for all your financial needs. And all the opinions that are expressed here are independent from Silver Chief and expressed as an independent IBR and a professional trader. So I've been trading for 5 years in the markets, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview tonight on Silver Chief. This is me on the right-hand side, Brandon in the middle, and Richard D'Souza, the owner of Altcoin Trader. I've actually lost some weight since I've taken this photo, so the lockdown has done me good. All right, so we're going to discuss a few things tonight. Gold price. We're going to talk about gold price, buying gold, Kruger rands, the South African rands and forecasts, why silver and the forecasts, and then massive profits. How can we put all of this together? So let's look at Wall Street quickly. For those of you, I see some Americans are online, so this would be exciting for you. You can see there was a huge drop in the Wall Street, 30% of its value since 2008, 2009, after the stock markets, that recession that we had. And of course, we can see that red arrow on the screen is that the stock market is actually recovering. There's lots of money being pumped into the stock market. So while everyone thinking there's no money and the world is in recession, the stock market is picking up again. All right, they're pumping fake money into the market, but what can we do? Money is money. And so let's have a look at the gold price quickly, because often people come and say, oh, but gold, you must buy gold. Yeah, well, gold. Okay, I'm going to just show you from a trader's point of view what the gold price looks like. At the top of this price, we saw $1,900, and that $1,900 was on the moment that old Gaddafi was taken out. So the Americans sent forces to take Gaddafi out, and Gaddafi got rid of all of his gold in a question of a few weeks. He sold, I think, at least 10% of his gold into the market, and then he gave the gold to all his friends. And guess what happened? The gold price started dropping and dropping and dropping. So we are sitting now in this curve you can see here at $1,727. And you can see it's making a cup formation. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm just drawing pictures because people love pictures. It took me the whole of the morning to get all the new pictures up for you guys. And then the end of this cup is right here at $1,950. It makes a little loop, a little handle, so the price would stop at $1,950 before it actually makes an upward motion again. So we can then see with this little red arrow, the next red arrow, where the gold price would likely go to in the next year or two, and that's in the $2,500, $2,700, $2,400, $2,600 range. So the potential for gold to grow, folks, is not so great. So just remember that. All right, so let's talk about gold, buying gold right now. And I'm going to come from different perspectives. I'm actually going to come and tell you that there are people selling gold. There are network marketing companies that are selling you gold, and they're selling you gold per gram. They're selling it to you at 77 euro, which equates to 84 US dollars a gram. And all right, let's talk about this. The world price of gold is around 31,000 Rand, which is $1,700. That's the spot price, and nobody will ever get gold at the spot price unless you're the guys that are actually melting the gold. So don't ever think you're going to get spot price. The South African Kruger Rand is 37,000 Rand right now, which is 16.5% above spot price. So if you had to buy gold in 1 grams, you would be paying 48,000 Rand for a Kruger Rand, which is paying 51% above spot price or 30% above the Kruger Rand. And the Kruger Rand is very expensive compared to other gold that you can buy. So comparing apples to apples, we want to buy what we want to buy at market-related prices. So if you told me, I told you, there's a shop you can buy your gold, and I said to you, well, there's a shop down the road, you can buy it for 37,000 Rand. And you tell me, no, I've got a shop, and I trust the people, they give me genuine gold for 48,000 Rand. What are you going to say? You say, well, is it real gold? Is it 99.9? If you are getting exactly the same product at lesser price, people will pay lesser price. So don't be ripped off with gold. And gold is overpriced at this point of time. So let's talk about the silver price. The silver price, on my graph here, it says 1438. That's not the latest price. The latest price is $15.53. It fell to $11.60 the other day. So we already 30% over the price that it fell to. Now, I'm hoping the South Africans are listening to this, because South Africans are prone to Ponzi schemes, and they sign up very easily with these schemes and scams that are offering you returns on your money. But buying yourself a proper asset like silver is the way to go. So let's have a look. Just like we saw gold, we saw that roundness forming. Silver is right at the bottom of this cup at the moment. So we have the opportunity to buy in at the lowest price in 7 years. So there we go. If we had to finish this cup at $48, it will make a little dip, and then it will go on to the next price of $77. So if you had to take 77 divided by 15, how many times does that give you? So by the time that gold gets to $2,400, silver will get to at least $77 in the same movements. So silver is way behind the gold price at the moment. And here's what people forget. If you bought 1 ounce of gold, and you at the price that the gold and the silver price fell to, and you sold that gold back, and you sold it to silver. So in other words, 2 weeks ago, you bought 1 ounce of gold, you swapped it for silver, you would have got 120 ounces of silver. 120 ounces of silver will get you 120,000 Rand now. And guess how much gold that would give you if you had to bring it back to gold. So there's a little bit of common sense here, but if you have to think of what is the asset, what's the commodity that's going to make me the most money in the shortest period of time. Let's talk about the South African Rand. Since January till now, well, this was taken a week ago when the price was 19 Rand. The lockdown was right there when it was announced. So the news, don't listen to all the news. They tell you nonsense. They tell you, oh, the Rand has fallen since the lockdown. It has fallen from January until now. 10% per month. So if you are busy with a Ponzi scheme, you're giving your money to some guy that's giving you 10% per month, you are only breaking even on that money. So if you're not learning to trade or you're not buying an asset like silver, you are going backwards. The property business is also collapsing. So we have a 10% loss in the rand in the last, and a 36.66% devaluation of the rand. So in other words, if you've got $1 million in the bank, guess what it's worth now? It's worth 660,000 rand. That's what it can buy. Go and look at what laptops cost. Go and look at what anything that's imported costs now. You're going to pay between 30 and 40% more when you go into the shops. So I took this daily rate or the daily curve on the rand. You can see it dropped and it's starting to pick up again. So we've got another cup forming over here, and the cup will end 1940, and we take the same distance there. And we are looking at 20 Rand 56 in the next few weeks. 20 Rand 56. So if you are not producing something that's going to earn you an extra 10 or 15% on your income in the next few weeks, you are running the same kind of loss that happens in any major depression or recession. People go and stand at queues at the banks to withdraw all their money. So where does this leave us with silver? So what happened was silver, when the markets dropped, silver dropped, gold dropped, and of course the paper price is what you see on the market. So I showed you a paper price. What does a paper price mean? It means that people are trading silver like a horse race. When you put your money on a horse race, when the horse wins that you put your money on, you don't take the horse home. You take the money that you bet on that horse. When you buy silver, you are buying the horse. You are betting on the horse that you bought. This is the difference. The real world price and the silver price have nothing to do with each other. What you're going to see now is what we are paying for this South African Kruger rands. And all of you that signed up 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month ago were complaining that the silver Kruger rand was too expensive at 380, 400 rand. Guess what? The price now on bid or buy is 1,090, 1,400, 1,200 rand a coin. And there are people bidding on the bid. So you'll see the price is 680, but the bid is ending the 15th of April. So people are asking some ridiculous prices for the silver coins at the moment. And that price, at the cheapest price that we got it on bid or buy last week, was $52 US. So let's go back to this graph. We are right there. The price is at the bottom here, but we're already at the top of this cup with the market price. So it is way above the market price. People are making a killing in silver now. And that shows that when we get out of the lockdown, when the world's manufacturers start manufacturing and they start asking for silver, and we've been buying up the silver, guess what? We are in a good position of getting a very good return on investment. So let that exactly at the end of that cup, the price might be $15.50 now, but $52 is the South African price for silver. Here's the cheapest you can buy the granules for 1 kilogram. 13,000 Rand is what the guys are paying on bid or buy. And that's excluding the postage. So we are getting it, and 13,000 Rand is around $21.93. What we were getting for silver last week was around $19, $19.50. So imagine a network marketing company. They make money out of selling products. Silver Chief, you're getting the product at less than the market price. So that is why I'm involved with this business. So $21 is hectic. In America, The Silver Eagle is currently trading at $27.55. If you take less than 1 to 19. If you take more, then you get it at cheaper prices. So $27 versus a South African price of $19.50, maybe $20, we are still getting, I mean, you can go and sit and take your calculator and work out those percentages. As a trader, we're always working with our calculator and percentages. All right, so conclusion. Just as Mike Maloney and Robert Kiyosaki have stated that silver is the best opportunity right now, consider buying silver as buying real estate. Silver is real estate, but without all the paperwork, without the lawyers, without the banks. You can buy as much real estate as you want and store it away, because that is real estate in your hands if you are the owner of it. And you don't have to worry about leaving it behind if you decide to leave the country or move to a different part and having the step of selling a house in times like this. Silver is at the bottom of the curve right now. So when gold doubles, I'm sure that the price of silver will go up 8 times its value minimum, and the coins even more. Everyone that bought silver 2 to 4 weeks ago already on double and quadruple their profits, depending on what kind of silver they bought. So let us, the people, we are the people. We have heard tonight that banks and institutions and JP Morgans and the Buffetts have been buying silver. What's wrong with us not buying silver? We don't want the institutions to buy the silver. We want the silver. We want to have ownership of one of the greatest assets there are. I mean, there was a silver standard back in up to 1935. There was a silver dollar, a silver certificate. JF Kennedy was assassinated because he wanted to bring back the silver standard. So by all means, we have the best asset of all the assets, and we have the cheapest of them with the most potential growth. So you folks have listened to Chris tonight. Chris is very, I always say he's half crazy or 1.5 crazy. And you must meet him in person. Look at him. Guys, this has been a pleasure. I hope you folks have a wonderful evening, and go back to the person that invited you to the webinar. If somebody wants to learn to trade, you can contact my assistant. You guys, I'll leave it over to Dion and Chris.
Reuel, thanks a lot again. Every time I hear you, the insight you give just really confirms what I kind of knew also 6 months ago, that there was something in this precious metal. Thanks again for your time, and it's always sincerely appreciated. Chris, do you have any questions at all? You want to cover anything?
No, I just want to say thank you so much, Reuel. It's a pleasure listening to you as usual. The insight that you give is absolutely amazing. We learn non-stop. And Dion, I just want to say thank you for hosting an awesome meeting this evening. And our late night show, Dion, we'll always be having the meeting followed by a guest speaker. So we're gonna keep this going. So everybody have an awesome evening, and thank you very much for your time.
Yes, and again, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Reuel, and thank you everybody for being on the call tonight. If you have been shown this opportunity, please get back to the person that put you onto it. And I can assure you there's something here. Get into it now before you regret it later. Thanks, take care, and God bless. Good night. Thank you.